Hey everyone, huge thanks to Teacher Ricky for letting us use his awesome channel.
You're the best.
And a big shout out to Michelle Caldoza for joining us on this deep dive.
Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Teacher Mickey's channel for more awesome content.
Now, are you ready for a journey into the world of AI? We're talking about GPT-4V. And trust me,
This is going to blow your mind.
what's truly remarkable about GPT-4V is that it can understand both pictures and words.
Like having eyes and a brain.
It's like the difference between showing a photo to a dog versus showing it to a human.
Who can actually understand what's happening in the picture?
Okay, so no more AI that's only good at one thing at a time.
This GPT-4V sounds way more human.
Exactly.
This ability to process both images and text is called Multimodal Understanding.
And it's a game changer,
It means GPT-4V can understand the world in a much richer way.
just like we do.
So it's not just recognizing objects.
It's getting the whole picture, literally.
I bet you have some awesome examples of what this can do.
Absolutely. Let's say you're traveling and you snap a picture of the Eiffel Tower,
GPT-4V can not only tell you what it is,
but also
give you all sorts of information about it, its history, its height.
maybe even some fun facts.
It's like having a personal tour guide right in your pocket.
No more lugging around those heavy guidebooks. I'm already sold.
But tell me, what else can this visual whiz kid do?
Well, imagine you're in a friend's house and you see a cool painting on the wall.
You can just snap a picture.
And GPT-4V can not only describe the scene in detail, but also tell you about the artist.
The style of painting, maybe even where it was painted.
It's like having an art expert right there with you.
That's amazing.
So it's not just about recognizing objects.
It's about understanding the context and meaning behind them.
Exactly, and it goes even further.
Let's say you're looking at a photo of a busy street scene.
You can circle a specific person in the image and ask GPT-4V,
What is this person doing?
and you might be able to tell you.
They're crossing the street, or they're talking on their phone.
It's that level of detailed understanding that's truly remarkable.
Okay, that's seriously impressive.
It's like GPT-4V is learning to see the world through our eyes.
That's a great way to put it.
And this ability to understand images on such a deep level opens up a whole world of possibilities.
My mind is already blown, but I know there's more.
Tell me, what's this I hear about GPT-4V being able to crack the code?
Ah, yes. This is where things get even more interesting. GPT-4V can use images to generate different types of code. The language computers use to understand and execute commands.
For example.
It can turn a picture of a handwritten equation into code that a computer can use to solve the problem.
So it's like a math tutor that can decipher even the messiest handwriting. That's a lifesaver for anyone who struggles with math. Are there any other ways it uses images to create code that might be useful for, normal people like me?
Absolutely. Imagine you take a picture of a table of data
Like,
from a research paper or a financial report.
GPT-4V can actually extract that data and turn it into a spreadsheet that you can easily edit and work with.
No more tedious copying and pasting.
That's a data cruncher's dream come true. It's like having an AI assistant that can see and understand data in a way that humans can't.
Precisely.
And if we want to take it a step further,
Imagine showing GPT-4V a simple drawn,
like
a stick figure.
it can actually write code to replicate that drawing.
Essentially learning to draw by example.
So it's not just understanding images, it's learning to create them too. That's pretty mind-blowing. But I have to ask, where does it go from here? What are some of the even more advanced things GPT-4V can do?
Well, one area where GPT-4V is really starting to shine is in understanding complex documents,
Think of a dense research paper.
full of technical terms and diagrams.
GPT-4V can read that paper
Pull out the key information.
and even summarize it for you in plain English,
So it's like having a super smart research assistant.
who can sift through mountains of information and tell you what's important. Sign me up if it can understand complicated documents.
Does that mean it can understand simpler stuff, like, my grocery list?
Absolutely.
In fact, GPT-4V's ability to understand documents has some really cool applications in everyday life.
Imagine going to the grocery store.
And using an app powered by GPT-4V.
You can take a picture of your handwritten list.
And the app would not only recognize the items, but also organize them by category.
Maybe even suggest recipes based on what you're buying. Talk about taking the stress out of shopping.
Okay, that would definitely make my life easier.
But let's go back to this idea of GPT-4V understanding really complex stuff.
What's the most complicated thing it can understand?
Well, one of the most fascinating areas of research is GPT-4V's ability to understand abstract visual reasoning.
Think of those puzzles where you have to figure out the missing piece based on a pattern.
GPT-4v can actually solve those puzzles using images?
Hold on, it's not just recognizing things, it's actually solving problems and thinking logically. That's
Yeah,
next level stuff.
it is.
It's showing signs of real problem-solving ability, which is a huge step forward in AI.
Okay, my brain is officially doing backflips. But I have one more question about GPT-4v's understanding. We've talked a lot about English.
But can it understand other languages?
That's another area where GPT-4v is breaking new ground.
It's not just limited to English. It can understand and generate text in multiple languages.
And here's the really cool part.
It can do this even when those languages are combined with images.
So you could have a picture with a caption in Spanish.
And GPT-4v would be able to understand both the image and the text.
That's incredible. It's like it's breaking down language barriers and making information accessible to everyone no matter what language they speak.
Exactly. It's opening up a whole new world of possibilities for communication and understanding across cultures.
Okay, I'm officially blown away by GPT-4v's ability to understand images, text, and even solve problems. But here's the big question. What can it actually do with all this knowledge? How is this going to change our lives?
Well, one of the most promising areas is healthcare.
Imagine a world where doctors can use GPT-4v to analyze medical images like X-rays and CT scans,
GPT-4v could help them spot tiny details that a human eye might miss.
leading to faster and more accurate diagnoses.
So it's like having an AI assistant that can help doctors make better decisions and potentially save lives. That's incredible.
Are there any other ways it could change healthcare?
Absolutely. Think about all the paperwork involved in healthcare. GPT-4v could help automate a lot of those tasks, like summarizing patient records, pulling out key information from medical journals, and even helping doctors stay up to date on the latest research.
It could free up doctors to spend more time with their patients and less time on administrative tasks.
That would be a game changer for both doctors and patients.
But I'm curious, does GPT-4v have any potential beyond healthcare?
Oh, absolutely. Another area with huge potential is in the field of robotics.
Imagine robots that can not only perform tasks, but also understand their environment in a much more sophisticated way.
Thanks to GPT-4v's visual capabilities.
So we're talking about robots that can see and understand their surroundings, not just blindly follow instructions. That sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie. What kind of things could these robots do?
Well, they could be used in all sorts of industries, from manufacturing and construction to agriculture and even search and rescue.
Imagine a robot that can navigate a disaster zone and help locate survivors.
Or a robot that can work alongside human construction workers, understanding their instructions and anticipating their needs.
That's incredible. It's like robots are becoming true partners, not just machines.
Exactly.
And this is just the beginning. As GPT-4v continues to evolve, we can expect even more amazing applications to emerge, things we can't even imagine right now.
Okay, I'm starting to feel like we're living in the future.
But with all this talk about AI getting smarter and more capable, it makes me wonder, is there anything GPT-4v can't do? Does it have any limitations?
That's a great question.
And it's important to remember that even with all its incredible abilities,
GPT-4v is still a machine.
it doesn't have the same kind of common sense or understanding of the world that humans do.
So it's really good at specific tasks.
But it can't just magically solve all our problems.
Exactly. And it's important to use it responsibly, understanding both its strengths and its limitations.
That makes sense.
So it's a powerful tool.
But it's not a replacement for human intelligence.
Precisely.
It's a tool that can augment our abilities, help us be more efficient, and even make better decisions.
Well, I think my brain is officially full for today.
We've covered so much ground, from the basics of GPT-4v to its potential impact on everything from healthcare to robotics. It's amazing to think about all the ways AI is changing the world.
It really is. And with GPT-4v, we're seeing a whole new level of AI capability.
That's going to have a profound impact on so many aspects of our lives.
I'm so curious to see what the future holds.
But before we get too lost in our futuristic fantasies,
I want to thank Teacher Ricky again for letting us use his channel for this awesome deep dive.
you're the best teacher, Ricky.
And don't forget, folks, hit that like button.
Subscribe to Teacher Ricky's channel for more incredible content.
And let us know in the comments what you'd like us to explore next.
It's been a real pleasure diving into the world of GPT-4v with you all.
And to all our amazing listeners out there,
Thank you for joining us. Keep those brains buzzing, and we'll see you on our next deep dive.